What's going on, YouTube? It's your man Ronin, back with another one. And yeah, it's gonna be one that's overdue. So even though I need this bullshit disclaimer, I'm gonna put it out there anyway. Thoughts and views, comments are gonna be mine and mine alone, which I'll take accountability for. And this will address a lot of pent-up resentment, angst, and outright disappointment. Not just in the moment, but over some time. So if anybody feels some kind of way about it, want to call it bashing, whatnot, look, you can deep throw the fucking machete. I have all I care, personally. That being said, I want to send a shout out to brothers like Kid Organic. You keep doing the work out there. Salute to you, man. And many other content creators who dare to speak on real life topics other than punani politics, cyberspace goofiness, and find a myriad of ways to outright not just embarrass themselves, but us men and abroad, the whole diaspora in general. Prophet of Doom. I've heard that name a long time ago. Been in these spaces for a good minute, and this was inspired by Kid Organic's video because it is sad. Conversations like these are readily avoided, and for good reason. You got too many that want to claim the title of leaders. But when it comes down to being accountable and facing adversity, it adds to the old adage that I've been adding since 2007. It always takes a pussy to expose and control one. Now I am a Marine Corps veteran. And I want to even get into how they treat us veterans a lot. Especially here in Indianapolis, which I'm across the water and looking at the VA hospital. Well, they had an article making fun of those who are undergoing mental health issues. Issues that myself and a myriad of others deal with on a consistent basis as best we can. This is a veteran that has been told by one of the mental health aides or counselors, do you want to get help or get paid? Which literally pissed me the fuck off, as it should with others, but this isn't solely about me. This whole thing with the Frank James situation goes well beyond his actions, what he did. I personally don't condone him. I think it's a whole heap of shit, personally, that took place. I hope everybody that was injured or had any trauma dealing with all that, I hope they get a speedy recovery as best as they can. But I want to talk about the origins of this goofiness and saying things out here. There have been some long established shitbirds in this space and abroad. There's far too many people who want to claim the title of being the head of this and head of that. Meanwhile, you have these cyberspace salad tossers who don't help things any. When we're talking about these things, and again, my brother Chief Stay Sleep, he can tell you this himself, but I'm going to speak on my behalf and his. We've been talking about not just agency. We've been talking about dealing with things like homelessness, negative media portrayal, the importance of fatherhood and the lack thereof at this present day, constant threats of extinction. And yet and still, as he and I have been talking about the importance of quality over quantity, it shows and proves at this very moment, and unfortunately it may repeat itself again. Too many people worry about the numbers when they unknowingly or knowingly support darker narratives than what they're talking about. Myself and a myriad of others, a select few, would rather not be talking about Punani politics because there are far more important things that demand our attention, our focus. I mentioned the importance of veterans across the board, not just in the military, but in their respective fields. To stand and deliver, lead from the front, from their respective ways. This is why it is important for all of us to find our purpose, our direction, to establish SOS, which I challenged everybody. How do you define your SOS? Who do you surround yourself with? What do you stand for? Who you stand with? But in this space and many other places beyond, people will waste their money, time, energy promoting negative narratives. And you start to wonder, who the fuck am I? Beyond my negative narrative. This is one of the many reasons why I make it a point to lead by example. I take ownership of what I post on there. I don't post my progress and agenda look cute. It's to inspire other peers, which it has done, to work on themselves. Aside from going to the gym, facing yourself is going to be one of many hard battles you're going to face in life in general. And you have to develop an appetite for the brutal and honest truth. That way you can start making open and honest decisions. I thought we as men were supposed to oppose environment. But what I've learned is when you oppose the stupid shit that's promoted here, when you oppose being in an internet pep rally with a bunch of frat members of the dead dick society, individuals who lack dignity and discipline, who celebrate digital dereliction in all its many forms, you treat as an outcast. And the Kid Organic was right. He was stating big facts. A lot of them doxers made it very hard for solid brothers who were telling the truth, speaking about forward progression, about agency, about addressing our issues as men in a grand fashion. A lot of guys got tired and left. Some who still linger in this space, they do it at their own accord, trying to do what they can. Staying away from the bandosphere and all its musty dissidents who support a lot of infighting, backbiting, shadow banning, and all the trollish antics you see every day because we get into these shit-stained cliques out here. Chasing celebrity, living vicariously through them while living lies. The lifestyles of the shitbirds and shameless. Meanwhile, if you want to talk about anything constructive, the attendances are there. A lot of us understand that. That was a bitter truth I had to accept. Not just myself, but many others. But we push on anyway. As far as this incident that took place, this is why we address the things we need to address to prevent said things. Why is mental health treated as a meme, a punchline, a joke? I'm not so hard pressed to worry about Will Smith being an outright mega simp. I'm more concerned about the mental stress and duress this person allows himself to endure for the sake of living a lie. Be it a marriage. Being constantly embarrassed for public view and entertainment. Too many times in doing what I do, which I am an Uber driver, I see things in real time. A lot of brothers out there either digging in the trash, stoned out of their gourd. Yesterday, there was a guy roaming around the street, playing in a puddle, and he was high off his mind to escape himself. Every day in this city, there are murders. And we become so desensitized to it, like, and now for the weather. And yet you have internet goofballs who worry about the lofty demands of some crunchy foot harlots who should not be entertained or nor taken seriously. You got dudes out here who will do the hardcore press to make sure that anyone worth their salt speaking on something solid becomes muted or ran out of here. You should not solely seek solace in cyberspace. Now, granted, I met a myriad of solid people out here. Some I made contact with verbally, over the phone, or what have you, even met in person. People who are about moving the chains forward, setting us in motion to be better. Nah. And this space is a shitbird paradise. Individuals who want to prance around in these new clothes and do worse than what a lot of these chicken heads do out here online. They're more bitchy, gossipy. Negroes run around and spilling tea. Whatever happened to the necessity of self-defense? Using our respective trades to teach those our junior, our peers. And even reminding some of our elders the importance of rites of passage. Standing up for something, standing up for themselves. Dressing accordingly. See, I'm not the type, among many, who's going to sit out here and dress in drag to entertain individuals. Individuals here licking the ass of a bedazzled image consultant with a bedazzled hula hoop. We don't have the time. Now, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of these living abortions doing the hardcore press to basically suppress this message, flag it. Actually, it'll prove my point. All these women that you educated lames love to complain about, I understand why you're undeserving of respect. Those who attempt to do what they're going to do, which is expected, or try to ignore it, or run around and go right back to this Tom and Jerry narrative that we've been seeing over the years. At what cost? Because now, we think about it, because of your digital dereliction, the block is really going to get hot. A lot of you talentless bums are going to be not just exposed, but shut out. You'll find somewhere else to scurry and, be cyberspace vermin. Find a little internet cubbyhole to piss, moan, and whine, and remain socially awkward, afraid of your own shadow, unwilling to evolve into something reputable. And that is your choice. But see, this is why I'm encouraging my peers, those my junior, and a lot of the elders. Literally hold the fucking line. A lot of these derelicts are outright done. They don't stand for nothing. They don't talk about nothing. And they refuse to build anything other than a case not to fuck with them. While I'm out here doing my thing, if I can give to a brother, I can do it. I will. I don't need to have a live stream to do it. I don't need audience participation to put up some front that I'm about that. I told you guys a long while ago, I make it a point as best I can to be my brother's keeper. There's a necessity in wellness checks. Some I bug the shit out of them about it, but yeah, I'm doing it for a reason. There's a reason why I promote the idea about vet talk. I don't worry about the numbers. Let those who can hear, hear. If you're a shitbird, it's not for you. This is why I've had a problem with this edutainment goofiness. Now, I salute the brothers who are trying to help me understand things, but that is not my lane, personally. I should not give you a jello placebo to give you brutal, honest truth. Things that we need to know, especially in the position that we're in. However, you got too many people who want to stay in recess and not stand for something solid. This is why we have to be accountable for our content, which is why we made the separation between content creators versus conflict creators. Conflict creators monetize the insecurities and the goofiness that lies within us as a people who thrive on that, who don't want to know nothing else for themselves. There has to be this ghost opposition of people who so-called hate us. This is why I promote, guys, you need to drink a fifth of fuck it every day. It doesn't matter if you open 3 orphanages in every major city. Someone's going to have something negative to say about you. That's something I had to learn real early, especially in the Marine Corps. That's part of opposing environment. You taking a leadership role, especially for yourself, is not going to be popular. There's going to be people who hate the fact that you are shaking up the cage that they made for you. People who hate the fact that you're making a change for yourself and they've been benefiting from you in your broken state. That goes into your problem-solving element. Some of the problems you get rid of are some of the ones you lay with. Some of the problems that you obviously see in the mirror. That's why it's important to unfuck oneself. That's how you protect yourself, protecting your space, protecting your peace. If they cannot respect your boundaries, they need to stay the hell away from them. Violators will be shot twice, figuratively. Whatever happened to the procreation part? There are so many individuals that have wasted potential. Listen to these digital deadbeats beat the same drum about nothing. Doing wind sprints on a hamster wheel, going nowhere fast. And when shit like this happens, they're running for the fucking hills. Notice the shitbirds are always shifting gears when it comes to accountability. That's why accountability dodgeball is what it is. They think it's a game. They're not trying to get hit with the truth. That means you have to sit your ass out in the corner and wait to get back in. Only in this game, once you get tagged, 9 times out of 10 you're done. We should be talking about things about repairing the things that has left us destitute out here as a people, especially as men. But here we are promoting these negative images. A bunch of grown, spoiled babies looking for another mother to sleep with. Out here being hobosexuals. Panhandling online. Seeing dudes out here embarrass themselves in many ways, looking to eat somebody's ass on a live. Begging, being drunk derelicts online. And off. How about you step outside into the real world and do what you are naturally meant to do? Oppose not just the environment that was made to destroy you with, but oppose that bitch ass in this narrative that so many people are too comfortable with. It's sad that too many people want to claim the title of men, but unwilling and unfit to fill the requirements to be respected as one. Our mental health is important. And I want to say why it's important. Because I even had a shitbird suggest that I lead potential military veterans astray, knowing damn well it could go against their mental standing on things. But see, I'm not going to be that scapegoat of choice. As an NCO, a non-commissioned officer, before I left, I know the importance of accountability. Certain parts are very challenging, hard even, hard to bear it. But as a military veteran and a black man, as you can see, I'm going to own my shit. And I encourage my brothers to do the same thing too. That's why I don't really deal with what the hell's going on in celebrity culture. I don't. There's other people who are far better at me than I could ever be. And I don't have the patience for it. What they eat don't make me shit. So why bother? Why aren't testimonies of your leadership viewed as important, rather than Cash App clout and super chats? Now, I'm not knocking brothers out there who are about to get their money. Get your money. If you're young, a peer, or even an elder, keep doing your thing and get your money. I'm just suggesting to my peers, tighten the wallet and the reins around these shitbirds who thrive on monetizing mediocrity. There's some real people out here doing with some real things. And I see this every day. It doesn't take much to lend a helping hand to a brother. And I don't make a point to brag about everything I do, because it's not for public viewing. If it's from the heart, do it. But you got to ask yourself. And shout out to my brother, Sheep Stay Sleep. Is it in you or is it on you? What's more important to you? It'd be my suggestion, if you're not about the business of helping brothers out here, legit, shut the fuck up. say whatever you want, I could care less. But what happens when the next incident takes place? And people see that you influence certain things. What the fuck are you going to do? We'll see. Shout out to the new subscribers and old. You all let me know what you think. I have my personal thoughts on things, but any old troll or digital deadbeat that wants to sit there and defend this dumb shit and their dereliction, it's only going to prove my point. But if you're about the right, remain consistent. Let your voice be heard. You guys be careful out there. I'm going to go to work, but I had to get this off my chest because I was tired. Sick and tired. Semper Fi.